Hey, where you learn that from?
Grand Theft Auto 3?
Word? Can I borrow that?
You got a PlayStation 2?
Nah, I got Gamecast.
Gamecast?
Well, I said I got Gamecast, man. Damn, I can't afford it.
My bad, I'm just trying to help you.
I'm a gamer.
Like that, we back in the building. You dig? The Gamecast podcast. It's your boy Corey Caesar. You dig? Today we doing something a little different. I don't got my cousin here. Shout out V-Dog. You dig? We trying something different. You dig? I got a very, very special guest in the building. You dig? To me, he a legend. To y'all, he should be a legend. You did. Go ahead and introduce yourself, big dog, because you're a big dog.
Yeah, I know my name. I'm Wild Wayne from Q93 and iHeartMedia and all kind of other entities. I got a lot popping.
Yeah, did. Now look, I just wanna go straight to it, Wayne. Like,
run it.
Let me know who is Wayne before the radio, before Q93. Like, give me your story, where you was born.
Okay.
And, I want to know everything.
I'm 7th Ward hard head for life.
Oh, you from the 7th Ward?
I'm a hard head for life.
I don't know why when I thought about asking you that question, I was like, why you gonna tell me from downtown?
Downtown all day, son.
I don't know why.
DT.
Right.
So, I was born and raised in the 7th Ward from a young pup.
Right.
Right near City Park.
Okay.
Area.
Okay.
Right around that part of the 7th Ward.
Right.
D-Say.
Right.
Or as they say, D-Sax.
Right.
Which is all the way wrong, but
right.
Most people don't know better.
Right.
But nonetheless, that's where I came up and went to school and then ended up at Holy Cross in the 9th Ward, across the canal.
Okay.
That's when it was in the hood.
Right.
Went to Xavier University.
Right.
I was biology pre-med.
Okay.
I knew I was going to be a doctor.
So you ain't go to school for radio?
Not at all. I took one radio class and I dropped that class because me and the teacher beefed out like every day because I was already doing radio when I took the class.
Okay.
So I started, like I said, I was biology pre-med. I wanted to go into veterinary medicine, believe it or not.
Okay.
And then I moved out of my people's house because I knew everything.
Right.
As an 18-year-old. I knew everything.
Right.
And I didn't know nothing.
Same thing I did.
So I had to man up and get a couple of jobs and go to school.
Right.
Just so I could keep my lights on, So it was humble beginnings when I got out there in that world. And one of the jobs that I got was at the radio station.
Okay.
So I was like, well,
did you start off as an intern?
Nah, you know what? I started off as a part-timer. A lot of people have asked you, did you start off as an intern? I just was a part-timer. I was a phone answerer. Like, my first job was Q93, what would you like to hear?
Wow.
For a guy named Davey D, who's in California now.
Okay, yeah, that name sounds real.
He's in Sacramento. No, I think he was in Sacramento. But he's in a different city in California now.
Is he still involved with radio?
But he still does radio. But that was my job, to answer his phones and do like some show production for him, get his music together, take calls, get guests together.
Gotcha.
And that lasted for a couple of weeks, and I was like, this is some boring shit.
Right.
Because I wasn't as involved, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was the guy just helping put things together, and he gave me an opportunity to be on with him.
Right.
And I was in college, I was a hot boy in college.
Right.
I was at every party doing everything.
Oh, you was wildin'.
What?
Oh, you was wildin'.
Like, I earned my name, like, for real.
Right. You was Wild Way. That's crazy.
And I got on, and I've been on ever since. Like, my story is not the normal story. Like, I really, when it happened, it happened.
Right.
But, as some years pass, you kind of look back and you're like, this was my destiny.
Right.
Like, because I didn't even listen to the radio.
Right.
I thought the radio was terrible then.
Was you a big hip hop? I know pretty sure you was
Ice
into
Cube,
music.
NWA.
Yeah, you was into music.
I was the spectrum. I'm gonna do throwback. I was NWA, Ice Cube. I was Just Ice. I was Tribe Called Quest. I was De La Soul.
Right.
I like the gangster shit, and then I like the hip-hop. The cerebral backpacker hip-hoppers.
Yeah,
correct. West Coast, East Coast, it didn't matter. I liked all of the hip-hop stuff that was out at that time. There was a lot of really good stuff. So, but I didn't listen to it on radio.
Right.
Because radio wasn't playing
Playing
a
what you
lot
wanted
of
to hear.
hip hop. I
song-
wanted the
right,
real.
at that time, right.
So I listened to my little cassette tapes back then.
Right. Till they pop.
What
Rock
is
them
it?
till they pop.
Yeah, pretty much. And
I popped a couple.
so nonetheless, I started the radio thing then as like I said, as a part-time and a show producer because I was in college at the time.
Did you get your degree?
You know what? I went to college for 5.5 years. Senior. I took senior comps. I didn't even study. Like I was smart.
Right.
Still am.
Right.
But one day I left. I just never came
You
back.
said fuck it?
I did.
You just said
and I
fuck
was like at the finish line. But I was making grown people money
already. Right.
And I had no college debt because I was always working.
Right.
See, I went to Xavier on scholarship.
Right.
But I screwed it up because I was partying. I was doing so much partying.
You was living up to your name.
And I was with all of the hot girls with the hot
Right,
boys kind of thing or
Right,
whatever.
right.
And I lost my scholarship. So my pop was like, you got to pay your own way now if you want to stay in school. And I did
Right.
want to stay in school.
Right.
But nonetheless, I got to the finish line or right before the finish line, and I was just looking at some of the upperclassmen I knew that were like in super debt, and
Right.
I was making grown people money.
Right.
You know, I was
Right.
getting close to 6 figures then.
Right.
Cause I was doing parties.
Right. You was
I was
hustling.
on the air.
You was hustling.
I was doing all the
Right.
remotes, whatever I could get my hands in, and I was investing early too.
Right. Okay.
Like I was doing like stocks, mutual funds, all of
Right.
that kind of stuff.
I'm just
Investing in
getting
other
into that
people's
shit.
parties, like really early.
Right.
So I didn't go back to school.
Right. You didn't need. You feel like it was.
like, I'm good.
Yeah. You feel like you didn't need it.
I wish I would have had the paper to put on a wall.
Right.
But
okay.
I learned
But
I
that's
learned
just
a
paper.
lot. I learned a lot of great things in college.
Gotcha.
I met a lot of incredible people.
Like what?
You got to know how to handle your money.
Right.
If you make money,
Right. To keep it.
right? You know, you have to know how to articulate, you know, the things that are important. If you step off the street, you know, you can street talk all day. But what
Right.
happens when you're in the boardroom?
Right.
Are you versed enough to be able to get your point across? Are you able to read the contracts that are in front of you?
Right.
Are you able to, you know, I took logic classes and all of these
Right.
kind of things, you know, psychology and different philosophies. I did all of that.
Right.
And all of that makes you a holistic person. So I encourage college.
Right. Right.
But I don't think it's completely necessary in these days
Right.
and ages. In some facets, certifications may be better.
Right.
Right?
A trade.
A specific certification, like you might want to do some media stuff. Maybe there's
Right.
some specific media classes instead of taking a calculus
Whole thing- right.
that you may never ever use, or trigonometry,
Man,
or
why they do us that?
right.
Bro?
So
Why?
you know, I think that you can do more, and that's crazy because my son just finished college,
Right.
And I push you gotta go to college. You
Right,
gotta
right,
go to college.
Right.
Now my two younger kids, I don't know. I might
Right.
not push them to go to college,
Right.
but I do push education in my household.
Right.
It's important for us
Because
to
you
be
know,
educated.
because you know that it is things that can be learned.
Right.
That they will use.
I think you should always learn.
Right.
And you can be
I agree.
self-motivated today
I agree.
with the advent of the internet and all of these different digital resources
Right.
that are at your fingertips.
Right.
Tutorials. I can go fix a car now.
Right. Off YouTube.
Right. I could probably do
YouTube.
surgery on somebody now.
Off YouTube.
I can take this computer apart.
Off YouTube.
I can build a studio off of
Facts.
YouTube, right?
Facts.
So you could be self-motivated and learn a lot of things in these days and times.
Right.
So
I agree.
I like the education part of it. I like the socialization part of college too.
Right.
But it's not necessary for everyone.
True. I believe the same thing. I agree with you. I have my degree. I have an associate degree in process technology. It's basically like a trade. Mm-hmm. So I agree with you.
What is that?
To be an operator in a plant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I do. Actually, matter of fact, I just got a raise today.
One of my
Took a
partners,
test.
man. One of my DJ B Nice, his little brother, went to school for that. I think he worked at one of the plants.
Yeah.
He made good money then.
Yeah.
He balling.
No. No. So look, let me ask you this. I'm gonna try to go somewhere else with it right quick. Who idea was the 9 o'clock props?
So I was telling you about the Davey D guy, right? He was my first introduction to radio, who I teamed up with at that particular time. But he got a great job in California, so he peeled out of the NO. He was a New Orleans East boy. He was white.
Okay.
But he had buku soul. Right. I was the college kid. I was the well-spoken. He spoke bad.
Right.
Everybody thought I was white and he was black.
Right.
But nonetheless, when he left, me and Uptown Angela did a show for a while. That didn't work. That was kind of oil and water.
Right.
Because I was, let's go.
And she calm, laid back, cool.
So
True.
That didn't work out so well. And then I was like, well, good. That didn't work out. They're about to give me the slot. I'm about to be Dolo.
Right.
They brought this guy, Mike Fox, in. So I was really going to sabotage his show because I was salty.
You about to hate on him.
What? I was about to pop his things.
What his name again?
Cut his cords.
Mike who?
Mike Fox.
Mike Fox, okay. Shout out to Mike Fox.
Now, he came down, and you know what? He wasn't a dick. I thought he was going to be. I thought he would come in and...
So he wasn't from here?
Nah. He was from the Carolinas originally. He was an Army brat. His parents... I think his dad was Army or
what year this was? Because I don't remember no Fox.
Mike Fox was, God, I'm terrible with dates. But that probably was like 93.
Oh, yeah.
Or so.
I wasn't.
Right.
Yeah, that was a minute ago.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a minute ago.
So he came in, and actually I learned a lot from him because he was, he produced, he DJ'd.
Right.
His stuff was really organized at a time when I thought I was ready, and I probably wasn't.
Right.
But I kind of just felt like it should have came immediately to me, right? Because we had built up this big old show, right? I learned some stuff from him. He didn't come in and try to, bully things up. He kind of gave me my space. He gave me more space than I thought he would. So I was like, okay, he didn't come in with that rah-rah.
Right.
Let's try and make this thing
try
happen.
to make it work, right.
And we're still very good friends to this day, man.
That's what's up.
Me and him did a song on Cash Money.
What?
One single.
What?
We were Cash Money artists.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold up. So wait, I got something exclusive.
The song is called All Right, Here We Go.
All Right, Here We Go.
And he produced it.
Cash Money record. He produced it.
Yeah.
I was about to say, is it Man the First Beat? No, Mike Fox
produced it.
So when you have a single with Cash Money records?
I do. Yeah, I'm part of that CMR, son.
Oh, shit. You know what's crazy? Because look, this is what I was about to ask. Look, I wanted to ask you this. It seemed like to me, like, at that time when Cash Money and No Limit was really, really popping, I don't know, for some reason, it seemed like you was more attached to the No Limit side than the Cash Money side.
There's a story.
See,
There's
that's why it seemed like it to me.
There's a story. So back to Mike Fox. So he was here. Mm-hmm. He did his thing. And we came up with, he had all of these different things we would do in skits and blah, 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 blah. Right. And one of them was a show segment. We were like, man, we're going to give cats a chance to rap.
Okay.
And it was the 9 o'clock props.
I called 9 o'clock props about 5 times. Right. And I was nice. They was messing with me.
And Manny Fresh did the first beat.
Okay.
He did like our first beat.
Okay.
And
dope. Shout out Fresh.
It was Hey You, What's Your Name? You on the radio with Mike Fox and Wild Wayne.
Okay.
That's what it was at first. Mm-mm. And then we used to do 4 rappers head to head.
Okay.
And then the second part came, 9 o'clock props is on. Tell me where you calling from.
Right.
And man, there was so many people that called in, artists, and some are real artists now.
Right.
Like a number of them, right? Some were just, hobby rappers or in the closet rappers or hiding from their mom, pulling the phone call as far as they could so they mom didn't know they was on the phone to rap with their head under the cover. We had all kinds.
Right.
But like some of the early ones, like Big Ramp was one of our first rappers that was
Shout out Ramp, that's my dog.
Shout out to Ramp. Chopper was Lil Darwin back then.
Wow.
Chop.
Shout out Chop. Chop, y'all just hustling.
I think Turk was on it from Cash Money. There was a number of cats that really became...
I was going to ask you who.
The Block Burners were on it all the time.
Who's the Block Burner? That name sounds so familiar.
If your old man tripping, you can work that thing. Come on, mommy, I can work that thing.
It probably been a minute, but I remember him. I remember the name.
Yeah, they was doing buku stuff.
Oh, you talking about Magnolia Chop?
Chop was on the hook with them on that one of their biggest songs during that period.
Shout out Magnolia Chop.
Yeah, come on. So we did the 9 o'clock props. We thought it was a great opportunity for cats to rap on the radio.
Right.
It was really risky business because it was live.
Right.
So
Right.
you had to answer the phone.
Right.
We used to switch the thing so you could hear the beat through your phone.
Right.
So you could stay on beat,
Right.
which most people still didn't.
Right.
Because they were too nervous.
Right.
And a lot of folks got they shine, man.
Right. That's a dope idea.
Yeah.
I called like 3-4 times. I won a couple times too.
And look, we really still say like,
Real
you know,
talk, I won.
them freestyles that they were doing like in the basement back in, we
Right.
were doing it before them.
Right.
Like this was a big deal. Like,
Right.
you know,
Yeah, y'all was doing it way back then.
we was
Then y'all did it for years.
Yeah,
Like that
and-
went on for years.
And then when Mike Fox left, then I did it dolo.
You carried it on,
because
right.
he went to Chicago. I think he went to a hip hop station in Chicago.
Okay.
And later he went to like Tidal and Spotify and
Oh, so he working.
YouTube. Yeah, he stayed in the industry.
Right.
And matter of fact, somebody did this sweatshirt last year.
Okay.
It was like, can we put it out? I was like, yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I said, with the proceeds?
Right. You need some of that? I need some of that.
No, you know,
Or
I
you
told
put it
them to make
somewhere
a
else?
donation to
Gotcha.
my nonprofit organization for the
Gotcha.
kids.
Gotcha.
I didn't really want to make any
That's
money
what's
off of it. I just
Right.
wanted to help fund my push with the kids that I do
So what's
every
your
year.
nonprofit about?
Well, it's called the Benjamin Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's my last name.
Okay.
And I started it in 2000
Mm-hmm.
because I realized that the summer programs in the city were trash. At that particular time.
Garbage.
Right? And
Nothing for the kid to do.
some people felt offended when I said, well, I don't really care because
Right.
I had a 5-year-old at the time.
Right.
So I couldn't find anything quality for him.
Right.
So I was like, I'm going to start my
Do it
own
yourself.
thing.
Right.
And it was really just for him, but I knew I was going to need more kids. So I did the
Right.
push. And there were a lot of people that were not on board with it.
Right.
Because I was the hip hop guy.
Right.
And hip hop was a little raunchier during that period.
Right.
Between gangster rap and how raunchy Bounce was during
Right.
that time.
Right.
So, and I was in the middle of all of that. I'm in the middle of Cash Money. I'm in the middle of No Limit. All of these
Right.
different things. So people was like, oh, he's just a hip hop guy. Most people didn't know I went to Xavier.
Right.
They, they just looked at the outside
Right.
and didn't know the background.
Right. So they judged you.
Right.
Like people do.
Right. And then a lot of people that said they were going to support did not.
Right.
But that didn't deter me because my son was, at a pivotal age. And I knew the same plight he had, there were going to be many other kids in the same situation.
Right.
So several of my friends were actually education majors at Xavier.
Okay.
So I got with some of that crew that were already longtime friends and had the certification and qualifications of educators.
Right.
And I started this program, and it was called the Wild Wayne Summer Experience.
Right.
So I've been doing this since 2000. It's about to hit 20 years coming up, which is
that's dope.
amazing.
That's dope.
I've serviced hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids.
I know that's a good feeling.
It's
Looking out for the
amazing.
kids.
It's amazing because, like, I did it without the support that I thought I had, and then
Right.
I ended up getting more support than
Then you thought you would.
right between the community,
Right.
and more mom and pop businesses. People made
Right.
good. We're like, we love what you're doing.
Right.
Let's
We gonna
try
support
and
that.
help you.
Right.
If we can volunteer, if we can donate, whatever. So that's always good. But the real validation is having done it for 19
long.
years right now.
And it's still going.
Those kids were like 10.
Right. Right.
They're like
So now they
30,
kids.
29
Their
or 30.
kids is involved.
But they have done well.
Right.
They have, achieved.
Right.
Some have gone to college.
Right.
Some are family people, some are professionals.
Right.
But so many of them have come back to me and say they felt like what we did with my program for them changed their
Change
life.
their life. That's what's up. And that's what's up.
So
that's what it's about.
That's always a good feeling. Like,
Right.
because I didn't do it for that. I just do it because I knew there was a need. I knew there was a gap in the
Right.
game. And I thought maybe I'd do it a couple of years.
Right.
But now I'm about to hit 20, so obviously I must be doing
It was
something
something right. Right.
Because it's been a couple of years I've been like, man, I'm not doing this no more.
Right, you got
I got too much other
frustrated.
stuff.
Right.
My kids need more attention or
Right,
whatever.
right.
Or
It be
my
like
life
that.
is a little funny,
Right.
in some of them years. And so many parents be like, you won't do this camp
Right.
again.
Right.
My
We
camp
need
is
you.
free.
Right. Okay.
My camp is free.
Right.
I do more in a week than some of them camps do all summer. Other ones, you know.
Right, and they need it in the city, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Right, and I do it at Dillard University too.
Right.
So
That's
they
what's
in a good positive
Environment.
setting as
Right.
well around
Environment.
other,
Right.
you know, young adults. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They see other 16, 17, 18, 19-year-olds that are not that far removed from them.
Right.
They be like, wow, they getting it.
Right.
I could be
They
getting
can know
it
what the,
too.
right. They can know what the next step is.
Yeah.
Because from around some of them young ages, because I've been there before, you don't know what's next.
Right.
So, yeah, it
Yeah.
be like that.
So I did it. If you want to check it out, you can get more information at
Yeah, shout it out. Plug it.
thebenjaminfoundation.org.
What it is
No,
again?
you know what? I said it wrong. www.benjaminfoundation.org.
Boom.
And that's the website.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
do like kids 7 to 13 years old.
Right.
It's kind of a holistic approach. So I bring in a lot of entrepreneurs
Right.
that look like them,
Right.
you know, that have made something out of nothing.
Right.
We do a lot of field trips. I bring in some different other youth mentorship organizations,
Right.
some female mentorship organizations. We do some sports stuff. I bring in some artists, you know.
Right.
Obviously, I got relationships with artists. It
Right.
might be a brass band, or it might be a hip-hop artist, or it might be a musician. I bring
Right.
in sports figures, you know. You run across them, you know. And I've had actors and actresses come in and
Right.
chop gang with them. You know, and then we do all the fun stuff, the bowling, the skating, Audubon
Right.
properties. I keep on their heels for the entire time I have, and I usually do it July and August. Start of August, yeah.
Gotcha. I'm about to try to start up one non-profit. I don't want to talk about it on camera. We can talk about it on camera.
Do it.
But yeah, we
Because
can.
people
Gonna
gonna
talk
tell
about
you
it.
that you can't. Do it.
Right. Oh, I don't worry about what nobody say. They ain't gonna deter me. I'm doing it for the kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it for the. But I want to ask you something else. Give me like a story, like what's a crazy story, like you working in radio? Like what's a crazy story that you ever had, like with an artist, locally? Locally first.
A local artist?
A local artist. Like a crazy story, something that just. I can't think of an artist. Yeah, you probably had a lot of. You probably got a lot. That's why I asked that question.
Well,
Something you probably don't want to share.
some I probably won't share.
Right.
Some probably I'll take to the grave. Some of
Right.
these.
Right.
God, I mean, that's a weird one. I think one of the craziest, and this wasn't actually with me, but it was with A.D. Berry.
Okay.
A lot of people know he's on FM 98
Yeah,
now.
right.
When DMX came to the radio station, that was really interesting.
Right.
Because he was drunk. He was like on them 40s. He had went to the Magnolia earlier.
Right.
And threw up in the middle of the interview.
Wow.
Which was really crazy. I'm actually glad because I was supposed to be there and I wasn't.
Right, you wasn't. He
And
took your
did.
place. Oh shit! Oh,
He got it.
Right.
He got it
You
all
can
right.
handle that, AD.
It's just, that was crazy. I know when Tupac came to New Orleans, I was really trying to get up there
Right.
and meet with him. But Suge shut down the whole interview because he ain't authorized it.
Oh
And
shit!
he made Tupac leave the radio station. You have to leave now. Because he did one show in New Orleans in the Dome. Like one show.
In the dome?
Yeah.
How many shows they ever had in the dome? Like besides what? Essence
I mean,
Dome?
they do tons of shows in the Dome. Yeah. But most of them ain't for hours.
See, that's why I don't know. Like, the Essence is there, right? Am I right?
Yeah,
Essence?
absolutely. Absolutely.
So Pac had a concert in the dome?
yes.
That's dope. Wow.
That was many moons ago.
That's dope. I don't even, you say you bad with dates, I ain't gonna ask you when,
Yeah.
but that just sounds dope to me.
That's when he was alive.
Right.
Yeah.
So Suge shut the interview down.
He did.
Nothing popping.
Nah, he
Get your
shut
ass
it
on.
down because he ain't authorized it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Let Pac talk to the people, man.
He wasn't having it.
Oh, if Suge was on. man.
I think another interview. I've been doing this for a long time.
Right.
But one of my interviews, and I didn't realize it was big because I was just doing my job.
Right.
But I did Biggie Smalls and Craig Mack at the same time.
Oh, shit. Like when they first
Their
was,
first tour was called the Big Mac Tour.
right, like the movie, like in the movie.
Right, like that's real.
Right.
It
For
was
real
really,
shit.
they
Right.
came to New Orleans.
Right.
I interviewed both of them at the same time on my
Right.
show. I don't have none of them tapes. Katrina took a lot of stuff.
Oh, shit.
And they performed at the Riverboat Hallelujah that
I
night.
remember that.
That
I
was
remember
on
the
Tulane
Riverboat.
Avenue
I know
for those
exactly
that
what
don't
that's
know.
at. Yes.
So that was crazy. But I interviewed like everybody. I remember interviewing an early Eminem when no one really knew who he was.
Stuff up.
Yeah, I didn't interview him on the radio. I interviewed him on television because I had a video
Gotcha.
show called Fat and all of that. And I did an
We gotta
early
talk
Eminem,
about that. Yeah.
which was crazy. And I found some pictures. I interviewed him at the House of Blues actually.
Okay. How was that? Was it weird? Because he seemed like
It wasn't because he only had like My Name Is at the time.
Oh,
So
right,
he was
okay.
he wasn't
it was just like
he was just
this white boy that just dropped
Right.
a hot single
Yeah.
with Dr. Dre.
right.
So
He wasn't the Eminem that we know now as one of the
Right.
GOATs.
right.
But this was when he first started. I interviewed T-Pain when he wasn't T-Pain yet. He was in a
Right.
group. Him and his brothers, a
Remember the
group
name
out
of
of
the group?
Florida.
You remember the name of the group?
Like Nappy Heads or something like that, I
That's
think
the
was
name
their
of his
name.
label, I think.
That was the name of the group.
Nappy Boy, I think is the name of the label.
I think they were the Nappy Heads. They were opening for somebody else. But he was like that guy that stood out. I remember interviewing him. We did some Wu-Tang stuff. And they did part of that on that Wu-Tang made for television show.
Right.
They actually showed Q93 in it. Which was I never thought they would put that in there.
Somebody been telling me to watch that
Yeah,
show, so I need to start
yeah,
watching
yeah.
it. I'm not really a TV head no more, but I think I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah, I think it's on Hulu.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I got a fire stick. I'm fire stick shorty, by the way.
Right.
That's what I call myself. But yeah. So man, hold up, man. Wait, you just hit me with the exclusives. You got some. I mean, I know you are, Wayne. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wanted to interview you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you say you lost a lot of that stuff. Do you have some of it?
I have very few radio interviews from that period. Most of that stuff was cassettes or DATs. DATs was how
DATs
a lot of
is
stuff got
outta here.
recorded early on, because you could put so much stuff on them, and it
Okay.
was higher quality.
Right.
You had to have a DAT machine.
You had it right about to say you need a machine.
But I do have like a lot of the fat and all of that interviews.
Let's talk about that. Where that came from? Where did that spawn from?
So
Another thing that was kind of first of its kind.
it was. We were way ahead of our time.
Yep.
So Chris Roberts was the guy that started it. Chris and Ernest. And they pegged me to be the host. Mm-hmm. And
Did you want to do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
do it.
Absolutely. Give me a microphone and a camera. I'm gonna make it happen.
Right.
So we started because people were starting to put out really good videos in New Orleans.
Right.
Big shout out to Will Horton, who was
Right.
a pioneer in New Orleans and still one of the coldest.
Right.
But the videos that were being done were high quality.
Right.
But we didn't have an outlet here.
Right.
I mean, during that time, it was the box.
Right. Yep.
Box music television.
Yep.
And then, you had the early BET. They were still more R&B-ish.
Yeah. It was the box. For
And
me.
then you had MTV was around,
Yeah,
but
they
they
was around,
weren't
but they
really
weren't,
catering to
to
anything
hip-hop.
urban. They were Michael Jackson's and,
Yeah, a lot of
Aerosmith
rock and roll.
all of those kind of groups. They weren't. If a pop artist might get on from time to time.
Oh, for sure. Right.
Or maybe a really big crossover. But they definitely wasn't
Nothing
checking
really
for the
urban,
South.
like you said,
They
right.
definitely
Oh,
wasn't
no,
checking
no.
for nothing from the
Oh,
South.
no.
So we was like, this is an opportunity to get in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing so well radio-wise. It was kind of a natural fit.
Right.
So we started the show. And my co-host was a girl named Consuela, who was
I
actually
remember her.
ended up being on the radio later.
I remember. She's still on the radio?
She's doing entertainment stuff in California now.
Okay.
She did Chicago for a long time. She did the Carolinas and
I remember. She was beautiful.
Cali.
I remember.
Cutie Consuela,
Yeah,
they used to
yeah,
call
yeah.
her. She was on the
She was
morning
beautiful.
show with C.J. Morgan and Monica Pierre for a long time, and she was my co-host on the show. So we were able to do so much with that show.
Right.
It was definitely a landing space for all of the No Limit and Cash Money
I was just
videos.
about to say,
we had
what?
them all first.
What?
Every single
Right.
one we had first.
Right.
But New Orleans music scene was so on fire during that time.
It was.
Not just Cash Money and No Limit. You had
Right.
Big Boy. You
Yeah.
had Take Forward.
Yep.
Untouchable.
Yep.
Then we had more record labels and
Right.
more artists. And they were putting out video. People were putting out serious videos.
Right.
Like all kind of stuff. So before all of them, people still say like BET really snatched us.
Right.
Cause
As far as, I don't remember them doing
it
nothing
was
like
me,
that at that time.
The only thing they had was the basement.
But it wasn't like
And it
that,
wasn't
though.
like that. But then when they went to 106 in Park, that was us.
Right. Right.
That was me and Consuela.
Right.
I was AJ, she was free.
Right. Right.
Like they just jacked us.
Right. Right. Right.
What can we do?
I can believe it. I can believe
it's
it.
real.
I can believe it.
But that show was legendary.
Right.
Like, you know
It
what I'm
was.
saying?
I definitely was a fan of the show. Definitely tuned in. Didn't Juggy host it for a little while?
Juggy came after me.
Right. Shout out to Juggy.
Yeah, that was my little bro.
Right.
Right? That
Right.
was my little, you
Took him in
apprentice.
under your wing. Right. I
Yeah,
could tell.
yeah.
I could tell.
And then when I stepped away from the show, then he started doing it thereafter.
Right.
But like I'm like a really magical with interviews.
Right.
Like I can say that not only because I've done millions
done it
of
so
them,
many,
and I've
right.
done really great ones over
Right.
the years. But it's important like to shine a light on these artists, and that's what
Right.
we did with the show.
Right.
We got a chance to find out what's going on in their life
Right.
as a person, then as an artist, and educate people about what was going on with those artists and their career.
Right.
And that show was huge.
Right.
So shout out to everybody that was a part of that.
Yeah, that was a dope show.
That chapter.
It was a dope show. I remember there was some good times. Like you
Yeah.
said, Cash, y'all had all the videos for like Miss Peaches. Shout out Miss Peaches. Shout out Miss Peaches. I used to spend them 40 to go get a brand new Cash Money tape CD from Miss Peaches early too.
Oh, you talking about
2 months early,
Sharani. Sharani over at Pizzas.
2 months early too. I used to get my tapes 2 months early.
Yeah, she had the bootleg on lock.
What? I used to be
For
proud
the
of
hot
that,
50.
man. Oh yeah, you gotta pay. But I used to drive it too. Yep. So see what else I can ask you, man. You gave me so much just none. That one little like
Yeah, so I've done a whole bunch of things with that.
right.
Those different aspects, and then, I think the tables kind of twisted and turned when Katrina hit.
Right.
I think that's like, for a lot of people, things changed.
Right. For all of us, really.
When Katrina hit. Because
Right.
prior to that, No Limit was on fire.
Right.
Cash Money on fire.
Right.
I was pivotal in the careers of a lot of those different artists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Being
Definitely
on the
could tell you
radio.
had relationships with a lot of them. I could tell.
And it was personal relationships.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Mr. Magic and Fiend.
Rest in peace, Mr. Magic.
Yeah.
Man. Now you all for show.
Mia, Mystical.
I love me, X.
Juvenile. I didn't have as much relationship with Wayne early because he was a lot younger.
He was young, right?
Right? We've had more of a
Built
relationship
it up.
as he got older.
Built it, yeah. That's right.
Turk, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? Manny Fresh, obviously.
Right. Because Freshman around so long.
Yeah.
I know you and
yeah.
Fresh probably cool as
he
fuck.
was a DJ first
Right.
before anything.
Any from the 7-1.
Hey, hard head for life.
Any from the 7-1.
But you said was I more No Limit?
I could tell you. I don't know why. It just
So there is a story there.
Yeah, I want that story.
I was more Cash Money at first,
Okay.
and like I said earlier, I did one single on Cash Money.
Still, I definitely got
All
to
right,
say
here
that
we
back.
go. And
All right, here we go.
I found it on eBay for $50.
No.
For the cassette.
Somebody slinging them bitches.
For $50.
Somebody slinging rounds like weight. Man.
But then, P came on real strong.
Right.
And, Baby was doing Baby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, I need to be on more. But
Right.
it didn't happen. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? We still was jammed.
Right.
But P was trying to take over everything.
Right.
P, like real talk, P used to fly from New Orleans to Houston and back like every other day. He would go there to holler at Mad Hatter, he's like one of the main DJs in Houston.
That ain't the dude used to get a convention way back. No, I'm thinking about Jack the Rapper.
You think about Jack. But Mad Hatter, he does the morning show in Houston still.
Okay.
On the box.
Right.
But he was the night guy. I was the night guy.
Okay.
And he would fly out there and come back and holler at me. I'm trying to get this thing popping. You
Back
know,
and
he had
forth.
all of these ideas.
Right.
And he had a couple of artists, and he was like, we're going to do it big. We're
Right.
going to be the biggest shit ever.
Right.
And at first I was like, yeah, all right. I heard this before.
Right.
I don't even, who are you?
Right.
Because, you know, he had came from Cali.
Right.
He was in Richmond.
Right.
He had bounced back.
Right.
He had done some stuff out there.
Right.
And I was like, well, all right. And I was, you know, let me hear some of the stuff. I was like, kind of had a West Coast swing to it early.
Right. He did.
But, you know, it wasn't
With the
as
scenes
southern. Because he was out there.
Right.
With, you know, like E40 and all of them dudes. You know, that whole
I'm
sick
about
with
it.
it.
Sound like if you listen to that beat, it sound West Coast.
It is.
Right.
It was that whole sick with it sound
sure.
from the Bay.
Yep.
But then when he came back, he would come holler at me all the time. And then one day he said, I'm gonna make an intro for your show. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right, well, shit, just get it done.
Right.
And he brought it back, and the intro was called Wild Wayne is Bout It, Bout It.
Right.
I played it every day because it was dope.
Right.
It was P.
Was it I'm About It? What is it, the song?
It became the song I'm About It.
It's crazy.
Little known fact.
That's
now,
crazy.
the instrumental was for Serve On.
Okay.
But KLC made the track from Beats by the Pound.
Okay. Shout out KL.
And the song was something like Shotgun on My Lap or some crazy song.
Yeah, that sound like Servo.
Right? And
Sound like
then
Servo.
Pete jacked the track from Serve and made
I'm About It.
Wild Wayne is Bout
Right.
It, Bout It.
That's crazy.
And he couldn't pronounce my name right.
Right.
He called me Rock Wayne. Rock Wayne. You know, he about it. It's the truth.
Oh, shit.
It's the truth.
Oh,
I
shit.
can't make this up.
Right.
But I played it every day because it was dope.
Right. So it was your intro for your show?
It was the intro for my show. And people started requesting it.
Oh, so P was like, fuck that.
We like it.
He snatched it from you.
Right? So then P made the I'm About It record.
Right.
And the rest is history.
Took off. Out of here.
So I was the first cat rocking the tank
Right.
charm.
Right.
People don't remember it. And then it was just...
Was you winning on Fat and all that?
Yeah.
I think you was.
But at first, it was just a sheet gold. It was thin.
Okay.
Later on,
with
people
the plate.
started bezeling them out and all
yeah,
of that stuff.
okay, yeah.
But there wasn't no
Yo,
stones
Juggy
on
shit.
it.
Juggy shit was chunky.
Yeah, Juggy had got all
Juggy
kind of
shit was
stuff.
chunky.
He had Mr. Goldman and soul.
Juggy shit was
popping
chunky.
it off.
Yeah.
But that was later.
Right.
That was later.
Right.
Juggy was on the porch.
Right.
But it was just plate gold.
Right. I remember that. Dude.
And I was the first DJ in the country to rock one. But me and Baby beefed out because he wanted to give me the $sign.
No.
So I had to make a choice.
You had to make a choice.
I said, well, how about I wear both of them?
Baby wasn't feeling
Baby
that shit.
wasn't feeling that
Baby
at all.
wasn't feeling that shit. Baby, nah, playboy. Nah,
He
playboy.
wasn't feeling that at all.
Nah, playboy.
So
We from the other side of
I
town,
was
playboy.
like, well, shit. P approached me first.
Right.
I'm
I'm gonna just fuck with Pete.
Right. And I was rocking with them too. I was like, I
Right.
can rock with everybody, right?
Right.
He wasn't having that. Nah, son.
That's crazy, though. Like I said, I noticed it. I could tell it just seemed like you was more, and that's why.
Well, and I lived uptown at that time. I
Right.
stayed 6 in Barone.
Okay. Shout out UNLV.
Yeah. I was there, around that time.
Rest in peace, Yellow Boy.
Yeah. But I had a relationship with Sir because he stayed on Barone too.
Okay. Mr. Servo?
Yeah. He stayed further down Barone.
Okay.
I would see him every morning, right?
Right.
That was before he was with the Tank.
Okay.
I already had a relationship with Fiend
Okay.
because I wanted to sign him.
Yeah, Fiend dopes.
Right? He
Fuck.
was with Big Boy. And I was
Right,
on
sure
his first
Him
album.
and Mystical.
I did a skit for him.
Okay.
Mac. I'll always rock with Mac.
Free
Mac
Mac.
stayed off of Claiborne.
Free
and
Mac.
then it was Mac and Storm
By the
back
Parkway,
then.
right? Right,
Yeah,
okay.
off
Okay.
the Parkway around that. Well, a little bit on the other, around Claiborne and Napoleon. I
Okay.
think it was General Persian.
Okay.
So when I moved for Rhett Mylan, I was right there in the middle of everybody.
Right.
I already had a relationship with Mia X, from the Payback.
Okay.
I had Mystical I was already rocking with through KLC.
Right.
Because he was Mystical Mike at first.
Right.
I didn't have as much a relationship with the artists on Cash Money. I had a relationship with Brian,
Okay.
Slim,
Because they was older.
right?
Juvenile was younger.
With
than
Manny,
you. Right.
and with Juvie.
Right.
I have a relationship with Turk
Right.
or Wayne And BG was Doogie then.
Right.
You know, he was like their little,
Right.
their little son.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like, once again, they were so much younger.
Right. Yeah, they was
Right.
under 18, right?
Yeah, they was. Yeah.
Because what BG held down Cash Money when he was how old he was? 16, 17?
Right. So you know, the first he was Doogie first.
Right.
And Wayne was Shrimp.
I don't remember Shrimp.
So they made a group called the BGs.
Right. Okay.
Right. That first green cassette they had.
Right. Yeah, I remember.
So, but I was a part of all of that.
Right.
Early Hot Boys, but
Right.
like I said, I just ended up leaning more toward P. P always looked out.
Right.
P, you know. I remember this was a crazy story. P told me one time, he said, I'm gonna bring you some promotional material. I said, okay, cool. He said, I'm gonna bring you some CDs. You know, I know you be at Rumors.
Right.
I know you be at Whispers.
Right.
Drop them on some people.
Right.
Cool.
That's some throwback clubs for y'all who don't know.
Right.
You did.
He said, I'm going to bring some shirts too. I said, all right, cool. Now, most people say when they do that, they'll bring you a box of CDs.
Right.
Usually 30 CDs in a box.
Right.
T-shirts, people might bring you 3 or 4 T-shirts.
Right.
This man brings me
Old truckload.
like 1,500 CDs.
What was it? Just buku different
It was
CDs?
all kind of stuff. It was
P1
the
playing.
double disc.
P1
It was
playing.
a double disc, Down South Hustlers, I
Down
think,
South
or
Hustlers, I
whatever.
remember that.
It was Ice Cream Man. It was whatever else. It was some of them do Selly Cell and all them boys from the
Right.
West Coast that he was
Right.
still rocking with.
Right.
And he brought me like 500 T-shirts.
Damn.
I left out of the parking lot with so much crap in my car, I couldn't see out my mirrors. Like it was packed all the way up. I had a
What you
little
did
Jeep
with
at
it?
that time. Well, I gave it out
Right.
at the clubs.
Right.
And you know what the people did? They gave it back to me. This was early now.
Right. Okay.
They're
Okay.
like, man,
okay.
this shit whack.
Right.
Man, we don't want this bullshit.
Right.
He was throwing the CD back at me. Like, man, these niggas
They
here.
wasn't fucking with that West Coast
They
shit,
wasn't
man.
fooling with it.
Nah.
Right?
Nah.
He said, okay,
Right.
whatever, watch.
Right.
That's all right. And he did all his promotions. I did all his commercials for him. He was running buku commercials
Right.
on TV, on radio. He had finally started getting some song popping. All right. When I went back to the club, see a couple of weeks, said, bro, you got them discs?
Nah. Nigga was looking
Like,
for 'em.
that's how it
Right.
went. Like, real talk. He
Right.
did so much promotion.
Right.
Like, they
They had to fuck
He
with
was
him.
like the ice cream man. Like, they was feeding
Right.
for that crack.
Right.
I need it.
Right.
It was crazy. But you know, like when they threw them CDs back, I'm so embarrassed. I was
No.
like,
Man, P, you sent me on that fucking bitch.
You put me in that water.
You sent me on that fucking
But
bitch.
then, like I said, when I came back a couple of weeks later,
Right.
they knocking on the window of the van. I couldn't get out the van.
Oh.
Say, bro, you got any of them disc dog?
Where's that? Where them
And I
CDs?
was like, man, this dude here really
The promo
doing
game.
it. Really doing it.
He said, fuck it. He knew though.
I used to call Master P Master of Promotions.
That's what the P stand for.
That's what the P stood for.
Promotions.
Man, look, this was a brilliant tactic.
Right.
He would wait for Bayou Classic, and he would buy all the commercials.
Nobody could even buy a commercial.
Nobody else could buy commercials.
Oh, no.
And he would advertise all the different artists. He would spend that much money. And I was like, P, why you, like, you really, that's a lot of money, son.
Right.
He was like, well, Bayou Classic was way bigger then.
It definitely was.
So it was like all the college kids from around the country came to New Orleans.
Right.
He was like, I'm spending this money because I'd rather spend it here because this is the only radio station they're going to listen to while they're in New Orleans.
Right.
I'm going to spend less money buying all these commercials than having to go to all of these cities and buy commercials
Right.
where all the college kids
Where they gonna go back home?
I was
to.
like, wow, that's freaking brilliant.
Right. Yeah.
And there was no limit radio for the weekend.
Wow.
Like, it was crazy.
But all slots. All you hear is No Limit.
Yeah.
I believe it though, because you know the album covers when you used to open the album cover? You know what the fuck coming out the whole the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Fucking with P.
He was putting pressure on the big record companies.
Right. For sure.
Like, because he was out promoting them.
For sure.
Him and Baby and them was first ones outside of Texas using Pen and Pixel
Right.
for the covers.
Right.
You know, with all the jewels
Backgrounds and
naked bras and all kind of
bottles
craziness.
and Benzes. And,
Right.
Rolex
Yeah.
bezels and shit. Yeah.
He should have had stock in Pen and Pixel.
Yeah.
Now, all of them covers was
Definitely.
And I remember there was one time Pen and Pixel cheated. They flipped one cover over and gave it to somebody else.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
But that was that was part of that era. It was good to see both of them. We eventually, me and Baby, we kind of came to an agreement or whatever. Because he was salty.
He was really salty behind it.
But I had to shoot my shot too.
Right.
And I was just glad, we came to a space where everybody could win.
Right.
But they never teamed up.
Yeah, that's
And
the
I
only
think that's
thing.
the one thing
That's the only thing that kind of
that we missed out
Yeah.
on because I think they could have still been rolling.
Yep.
Strong.
Yep. Definitely.
So, and the other thing that they never did was they never had no features.
Right.
There was no collab. There was the only collabos they had during when this part of the Cash Money No Limit era.
Concerts maybe.
Concerts, yeah.
Cause I went to a concert. I went to a
They had
Cash
a Rough
Money
Rider
concert.
Cash Money tour that was big.
Right.
But the only ones, there was a Big Pun and Serve On collabo.
Feature.
It
Was
was
it on Pun album?
from the NO to the NY or something, I think it was called.
It wasn't on Pun album, man.
It was on Serve's
It was
album.
on Serve On album.
They had Eclipse and Baby. Mm-hmm. What was that?
What happened to that boy?
What happened to that boy?
What happened to that boy?
Other than that, Silk and Maya. That was a big record. He was in
Right.
the Snow Gear or something.
Right.
On the video. But other than that, they didn't do no collabos.
Right.
They have no other production.
Right.
No Limit was always
Beats by the
Pound. Cash Money was all Manny
Manny
Fresh.
Fresh.
And that was good to keep it all in-house, but imagine the growth that they could have
Right.
had and how many more stars would have been birthed from each one of those
I guess it was
labels.
hard for them to do that because them making that decision to stay in house, it worked for them.
Yeah.
It took
the
them,
formula was working.
Right. It took them where they
Right.
went. So they was like, fuck all that.
Yeah, we got this right here.
Right. We good over here. We don't need no Pharrell.
And
Dre.
Pharrell tried to come on board.
Right.
The clips were called Eclipse back. That was their first name.
didn't
They were
know
called
that.
Eclipse.
I didn't know
And
that.
Pharrell did that track for What Happened to That Boy.
Right.
Pharrell was trying to come on board. There were a lot of artists between Cash Money and No Limit that they passed on that
Right.
became superstars later.
Right. Yeah. They didn't want. You're right. They didn't want really work with people. I mean, they got that money.
I think they didn't.
I can't. Their decision.
I think they didn't want the slicksters to come invade what they had created because both
Right.
of them had publishing
Some
deals
deals
that
was-
were unheard of and will never ever happen again.
Me and my coworker just was talking
They
about
will never
that the other
happen
day.
again.
P definitely for sure.
Both of them.
Well,
The money they got.
Babies
and the
weren't like
publishing,
P's though, huh?
They were damn near the same.
It was damn near the same.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Baby raped them bitches then, cause
Yeah.
cause he hit
Both of them.
He hit Universal out $100 million check about 4 times.
But he's
that I know of.
But it was 80-20 publishing them.
See, I ain't know that. I thought this
And
shit
he-
was like 60.
Cash Money had the 80.
Damn, dog.
Yeah.
Damn, dog.
Yeah.
Damn, dog. Hey.
So, man, they it was big.
Right.
During that period, I was doing my thing. I had a lot of offers in other markets.
Right.
Because I was, on fire.
Right. Radio-wise?
Radio-wise, and then the hottest artists in the game were at my fingertips.
Right.
But it didn't make no sense for me to take jobs in other markets.
Right.
Because I was
Home.
king.
You eating at home.
Right?
Eating good.
And then the other thing is the cost of living was really low in New Orleans during that
Right.
time. I was, like I said, I was a hustler.
Right.
And I was investing in stuff. So that was something that I was paying attention to.
Right.
Cost of living low
Right.
mean my net is going to be higher.
Right.
My
Exactly.
gross was higher in other offers,
Right.
but my net was lower.
Right.
It was lateral moves in other markets when I got all these offers. So I'm
Gotcha.
gonna stay. I'm good. I can
Right.
pick up the phone and make anything happen.
Right.
I got status. I could build status somewhere else,
Right.
but I got status here. And I had kids at the time. I didn't really want to be moving
Moving
around
around,
at that
right.
time. So I stayed. Then Katrina came.
Right.
Kind of rocked my world.
Right.
Rocked everybody's world.
Right.
Changed people's way of living.
Right. Definitely.
Ain't no more low cost of living no more. Post-Katrina.
What?
Them games.
Gentrified
They
fucking,
playing.
gentrified fucking station. That shit, they need to change the name on that shit.
Right.
God damn.
But I didn't think I was gonna. I thought New Orleans was over.
After Katrina,
Yeah.
it felt like
Well, when it hit, I was like,
it felt like
it's over. This is gonna be the lost city of Atlantis.
It felt like it. When I came back home, I cried.
I
real
cried
talk.
a lot of times, bro.
Real talk. I came home and cried. I rode through the hood and I was like, this shit is. And I said it to myself. I said it out loud, not even to myself. I cried and I said, this shit ain't gonna never be the same.
Yeah. I had CNN-itis. I was sitting in
Watching
front
that
of the
shit
TV.
That's why you was so fucked up, though. That's why you was crying. And shit.
Hours.
That's why you was crying.
And I'd be like, oh, man, I know that dude.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man, I know that area.
That area.
It's underwater.
Yeah.
Like, and then I was listening to all the games it was playing. I was
Right.
like, ugh. And I had offers to go. I had Atlanta.
Right.
I was looking at Dallas, maybe.
Right.
But Cat Daddy, who was a DJ from Baton Rouge, had just got the gig up there.
Mm-hmm.
I had some other pretty decent offers. But I was
tried to
like,
stay home.
well, you know, I started doing the clubs in Houston.
Okay.
I had a spot in Dallas, apartment out there.
So that's where you went for Katrina?
First, I went to Birmingham.
Okay.
But Birmingham was a little too country for me.
Ooh.
And I had some people out there, but it
Right.
wasn't for me.
Right,
Then I
right.
went to Savannah, Georgia,
Savannah.
or somewhere around there.
Right.
I didn't like that neither. It was
Right.
too country for me out there.
Again, right.
So then, you know, everybody was talking on MySpace at that time.
Right.
That was the only way you could communicate.
Right. Definitely. Right.
And everybody's like, man, you gotta go to Dallas. They got buku apartments
Right.
out
That's
there.
where I went. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I went to Dallas. And I was like, okay, got me a little space out there.
Right.
My middle son was like 1. So I got them straight.
Right.
I started doing the clubs in Houston. One of my partners' name is Sporty.
So wait, you DJ?
No. I wanted to.
Okay.
I just host.
Oh, you was hosting the clubs. Gotcha.
I was hosting.
Boom.
I do all the commercials.
Gotcha.
I'm the host.
Gotcha.
Flyers, whatever. So my partner was like, I'm out here, and they raping everybody on the clubs.
Right.
They was like, one of the promoters, he said, I'm gonna take all y'all FEMA checks.
Huh?
So my partner was like, okay. He said, I'm gonna show you. That boy called me. He said, man, let's do it a night. Cause dude just came out flamboyantly, say he's gonna get all the money out of
Right.
all the people. Fuck that. Let's do something.
Right.
I said, all right. I said, what we gonna do?
Right.
You got, cause I was in Dallas.
Right.
You in Houston.
Right.
He said, I got a spot lined up. He said, let's do this night called the 504 Reunion.
Right.
I said, all right, well, let's do it. So we did it. I did a dope ass commercial. We had a couple of artists, I'm sure. We did all the radio advertisement on the box out there.
Right.
1,000 people came.
No.
On the first night.
No.
Yeah.
Oh. So what the boy had
the
to say?
club said, y'all could take this night. We don't want it. Because they didn't know.
Oh, they fucked up.
They didn't know he was bringing me in.
Right. Okay.
And the effect
The
of how we
following.
had put it together.
Right.
So they just gave us the night.
Right.
And it was 1,000 people came. At the end of the night, the club owner said, can y'all do this again next week?
Right. That fucking bag. That fucking bag was like a rice.
Shit. So we flipped the name because, I mean, how many times can you do
You
a
do a
reunion?
504, right.
And we changed it to 504 Fridays.
Gotcha.
And it was at Maxie's on Westheimer.
So this was in Houston.
Yeah, in Houston. So, like all them other promoters, we was on they
On the edge.
most wanted list.
Right. Okay.
We were killing them.
Right.
Because what we did was we brought in artists every week from New Orleans.
Right.
Wherever they were, because you didn't know where they was at.
Right.
Let me get on MySpace and see
Right,
where
right,
Chopper at.
right,
Where
right,
at, Chopper?
right. Got a
Nobody
bag for
went
you.
back in New Orleans.
Got a bag for you.
We did all the bounce artists.
Right.
We did all the hip hop artists. We did the brass bands.
Right.
Nobody want to hear no screw
Right.
from New Orleans.
Right.
And we was giving them what they
What
wanted.
they wanted. That home feel.
Rebirth.
Right.
How they eat.
Right.
We did
Oh, they were
Currency.
fucking with that. They were fucking with that.
We did everybody.
Right.
And then we had the DJs. I had Slab One DJing for a little while.
Right.
I had Black and Mild DJing for a while. We had Lil Man. And then we incorporated a couple of DJs from out there like High C.
Right. Let them eat a little bit.
And we were killing it.
Let them eat a little bit.
We did Lil Wayne.
Right.
We did Lil Wayne out there. We did Squad, everybody.
Right.
It was crazy. But, all good things.
Man, gotta come to the end.
Come to an end. But what I did was I started a mixtape series during that time, too, called 504 Radio. Me and DJ Chicken.
You know what? I remember Chicken. Chicken, wasn't he a lot on 102.9?
Correct.
Yeah.
After everybody came back. But
Yeah.
we did this series called 504 Radios.
Right.
So my thing was, this is how we're going to preserve the music. Because everybody lost their music.
Right.
I still had mine.
Right.
Like, and then artists start sending me their music.
Right.
I was like, send me the old shit.
Right.
So that was how we preserved it. And then, as we started doing the series, people started sending me their new music.
Right.
And that's how we kept it going.
So you had
it was all on
right.
mixtapes.
Right.
I'm slinging them at gas stations, in the street, at
Right.
the club. Like, people were fiending for them.
Right.
Because it was that New Orleans.
Right.
And these people was in Idaho, California, Atlanta,
Right. They all
Houston,
spread it out.
Dallas.
Right.
Baton Rouge was deep with New Orleans people at the time. And then 504 eventually became a radio. It became part of my radio show when I did come back. Because I wasn't going to come back to radio.
You just gonna keep hustling?
I was doing clubs. I was doing a lot of commercials for like people around the country. Because people like the style of commercial that
you
I
do,
did.
right.
Like up-tempo,
Yeah, you should be dope.
bang pow.
You definitely could promote something and make a nigga go to a concert. Or definitely gonna make a nigga buy a sandwich or anything for
So
sure.
that's what I was just doing that.
Right.
I would just style, go rent some studio time, do my thing. I bought Pro Tools or whatever. I was doing my own stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was flying back and forth. And then I came back home. But I didn't go back to the radio.
Right.
I had a daiquiri shop.
Okay. I was gone, so I wasn't even know.
I had Daiquiri Island on Earhart and Carrollton. Got that little Jeep on the hill. It's different now.
Oh,
but,
it's across the street from the Shell?
Yep.
Yeah.
I had that after.
Yeah,
Like,
right up by Skip
yep,
College.
right across the street.
Yeah.
So this was like 06, into 05, early 06. I was doing that, and then I was flying back and forth to Houston, so I wasn't even going to do radio.
That's crazy.
Like, they tried to...
What made you do it? What made you...
They tried to hem me up on a bad deal because I was under contract.
Okay.
And I ripped it up in front of them.
Ooh.
I was like, psh,
Like a gangster.
trying to play me.
Like a gangster.
It was a...
Fuck what that people say.
Right. It's like, hold me to it. Fine.
Right, you're...
I'm about to go catch this flight.
Right. Go back to H-Town.
Right? Houston. And Dallas. So then they brought somebody else in to do my show.
Who was it? You remember?
I think her name was Trelly Trail. She was from Baton Rouge. That shit ain't last.
I was about to say that shit probably was horrible.
It didn't work.
That shit probably was horrible. We so used to you down here. It's like,
And she was buku hype. She
Right.
just wasn't me.
right.
So then they called me back, and the lady that was my superior got fired.
Oh,
So it was
the
a
regime came.
New
through.
regime came in. It's like, we want you back, and
Right.
figured it out and negotiated it out and
Right.
came back.
I'm gonna sign it instead of rip this bitch up this time. Damn, you said ripped up a contract. It's crazy. I'm gonna do that shit one day. Yeah, it just sound like some gangster shit to me. I don't know.
Yeah, so, New Orleans is still, I think, one of the meccas for talent.
Definitely. They got a lot of talent down here.
But we just haven't had somebody to break out like before.
Right.
Post-Katrina, really Currency came of age.
Right.
D1.
And he definitely on his own. D1 too.
Lloyd.
Right.
August Alsina.
Right.
There was some people that popped,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's just, it was no cliques of people like a Cash Money, No Limit, Take 4 Big Boy.
With just one person.
It was like one person here. The closest we had was like maybe that 0017 movement.
Right.
You know?
Right. Who was making their beats? Was it Black and Mild making their beats? Why am I tripping?
No.
I might be tripping.
Nesby Phipps.
I know that name too.
He did a lot of that production.
Yeah,
I think they had some other producers too, but
Right.
I think Chase and Cash did some of their stuff.
Okay, yeah, I know. I definitely know that.
But I don't know all they producers. I know,
Right.
but I know Nesby Phipps did a bunch of that production.
Gosh. Why you why you think it hasn't been no click? Do you think it's money wise or like why you think we haven't seen that yet? Another group like a No Limit Cash Money to come from the city. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, like a movement like Nati and Spitter, August. I really got to take my hat off to Spitter. Cause I kind of know Spitter personally, and I've been around him, and to watch him go from where he went to where he at now, that shit dope as fuck.
I mean, I rock with him from early days.
I already know, but
from day one.
No Limit.
No, before No Limit.
So where was that before No Limit? It was just
he was with before
some guys
before No Limit was True Records.
True, so was. Boom, that's exactly right.
And then what you say?
Tough Guys.
He was with Tough Guy. Your boy got killed. That was with Tough Guy.
Right.
But he was with somebody before that got killed or went to jail.
Right.
He was about to stop rapping, he told me. He's like, everybody I get with either go to jail or get killed.
Yeah.
So he was about to stop not doing it.
I remember I remember when Slim died. I remember seeing Currency on the news crying. Yeah. I remember that shit. Shit was crazy.
And then, he once he went to jail and he did the stuff with P, P wasn't putting none of his stuff out because Bass Heavy was doing the production and Bass Heavy was C's producer. P and C was beefing at that time.
Right.
So he never would put it out. And then, Currency went from there to Young Money.
Mm-hmm, yep.
Early Young Money. Cash Money, Young Money. Mm-hmm. When he had
Where the Cash at.
Where the Cash at. With Remy. Mm-hmm. And then he had a whole album he was about to put out.
Right. He was about to sign with Cash Money. He was about to put it out on the Cash Money.
No, it was finished, done.
Right.
Like I remember specifically, he had a song called This House, I think, with him and Wayne. Mm-hmm. It was Currency's single featuring Wayne. Mm-hmm. And Universal had sent me the clean version, and I played it on 504 radio, and I was like, man, I played the song. He's like, man, I'm not with them no more. I just got it yesterday.
Right.
He said, I just decided I'm not doing it. I'm about to do my own thing.
Look
I'm about to do it my way. Universal about to put bags behind him.
Right.
He said he had another plan.
What, he must have went to fucking with Dame.
Musa,
yeah. That's probably the best thing happened to him.
And he decided he didn't want to rap about those things that they wanted him to rap about. He wanted to rap about
be his
other
cool
things.
self.
Right.
Wanted to be his cool self.
He wanted to rap about weed and cars.
And bitches. And
right.
Yeah, fuck with that.
and he won.
He won. He definitely won.
He won.
He definitely won. Without that push
to have independence, do it how you wanna. Then he got the bag when Dame tried to jag him. He ended up getting the bag through the court system.
Boom. Definitely.
Salute the Currency.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Spitter. Definitely. That's why I say, like, I really fuck with his movement hard, because watching what I didn't know all his people kept dying like that, and he almost stopped rapping, but.
Yeah, as he told me.
But like I was saying, why you think that it's like that?
I don't think you're going to have a whole lot of groups ever come out again.
Period. Right.
Like, that was the golden era of hip-hop.
Right.
And people could make money as a group. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's going to happen no more. Ain't going to be no groups like talking about it, I don't think.
Right.
Just Migos might be the last ones.
Right.
Because when they was selling out the trunk and they had independent distributors, they were making money.
Right.
Streams don't make no hellified money.
I just was telling somebody yesterday.
You gotta do 1 billion streams to make money.
Right.
You gotta make money different ways now.
Right.
From
Shows,
endorsements or licensing deals or whatever.
Right.
And there's so much competition now too.
Right.
Because of the advent of the internet and programs that everybody has access to.
Right.
Whereas before it was only a few could access those high power cameras or
studios.
So I just don't think there's going to be too many more of them movements, because I think the powers that be lost control during that period.
Definitely.
Like I said, there'll never be a No Limit or Cash Money deal again like that happened. Not for blacks. It may happen for whites.
Right.
And I hate to say that, but that's the unfortunate reality.
Right. Yeah, because they know they fucked up.
Right.
They fucked up giving them niggas their money.
Right. They probably kick themselves every day.
Shit.
So I don't know, and it just seems like so many people are on the solo. Everybody is.
Right.
I can do it on my own. I can do it on my own.
For self.
Social media makes you non-social.
Right.
Those kind of things.
Oh, a superstar.
Right. Or a superstar in your mind.
Right.
Because. Just because you got 400 views.
Right.
in 6 months,
You're not
like,
viral, pimp.
Right.
Even if you go viral, like who cutting that check for you? Like
There's
what
ways
the fuck
to
that
make
mean?
money with it, but
Right.
I don't know, man. It's tough for me to believe that there'll be many more groups and movements, and I don't know. The other thing is, I just don't know why people changed.
Right.
Like Cash Money, No Limit, even all the independent artists from New Orleans had followings, like massive followings.
Right.
Like you could do a show at a club and it would be packed.
Right.
From a local.
Right.
I think Cash Money and No Limit made it. They were so big.
Right.
Like it. I don't know, man.
It made the local cat trying to come up just look
not as important.
Yeah, he just looked that much smaller.
Right.
That's fucked up, though. You're right, though.
Like, man, I
agree.
I used to do shows with like one artist.
Right.
Hot Boy Ronald.
Right.
Packed.
Right.
I did Currency way back,
Right.
on different shows, or Chopper, or Miss T, or
Right.
Fiend, or whomever, like and then I did stuff with Lloyd and stuff with all of the next group of artists, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
that came, but it just
that makes sense.
changed.
That's
it changed somewhere.
But I think you just explained it. The internet and people mind frame is just we're not supporting Lil Joe Blow. We got
And a lot of people blame it on radio. Say, radio don't play, but then you go to the club, they play the same records that the radio play.
Exactly. So
outside of a couple of songs or whatever, and then they not playing no local stuff in the clubs, like talking about it unless it's bounce.
right.
They playing all of the rest of that stuff that's national.
So let me ask you this: have you ever got any backlash, like anybody telling you, like, you a gatekeeper, or they feel like you
All the time.
Yeah, okay. They feel like you held people back, or
Man, I ain't got time to hold nobody back.
Right.
But you get it, and it's understandable. The understanding part is that they don't understand.
right,
So there is a hierarchy,
right,
and there is a certain way that things are structured
right,
in radio. I'm not the owner of
Right.
iHeartRadio.
Exactly.
I'm not the owner of Q93. Let's put
Exactly.
that out there. I'm not the music director.
exactly.
Do I know what's popping? Yes.
Yeah,
But national programming changed a lot.
right,
So some people say, what is national programming? So if you do any fair amount of traveling by car, get in your car, let's say to the left of New Orleans. Let's get in our car in Dallas.
okay,
And let's drive to Atlanta. You're going to hear the
Same
same
shit.
15 songs, city to city to city to city
Basically.
to city. Because there's not as many mom and pop radio stations. It's only a couple.
right,
It's iHeart. It's Sony. It's CBS.
Right.
It's Cumulus. It's Intercom. And a couple of other ones here and there.
right,
But they're owned by the same people.
right,
And the program is done from a national standpoint. So a lot of times, locals don't get much play.
right,
They playing Beyonce.
right,
They playing Migos.
right.
They playing Cardi. They playing
The same
Trey
shit.
Songs.
The same. shit.
Jay-Z.
The same.
You
shit.
know.
It's like you said. You travel. I travel a little bit, and when you go somewhere, it's the same shit.
Same song.
It's the same shit. Just a
Sometimes
little
you get a
different
remix.
rotation.
That's it.
Right.
And you will get some local play here and there.
Right. Yeah.
But
every
it's
now and
not nearly what it was before. So that's why a lot of people say, oh, you're the gatekeeper. Because we used to play a lot of local music here in New
Right.
Orleans.
Definitely.
But there was an evolution.
Y'all played a lot of B-side shit too.
We played a lot of stuff
Y'all
because
played a lot of B-side
radio
shit.
was different.
Yeah. Y'all played shit that's an album cut.
So you know what happened? It's the advent of metrics. So metrics is all analytics, right?
Right. Them numbers.
Oh, okay, they listen for 24 minutes at a time. They're
Right.
telling you these things.
Right.
They're telling you, oh, they listen for the first 4 bars of the record, then they cut it off. They know all of this crap.
What the fuck?
That's why they say, oh man, this song not popular.
Right.
And there be some popular songs that don't get played based upon metrics.
Metrics.
Based upon, and then they hit people up. Do you like this artist? No, I don't like that artist no more.
Damn.
The objective of commercial radio is a couple of things, especially urban commercial radio. And urban is black,
Right. Right.
or brown.
Right.
Let's go ahead and establish a couple of key words. Urban is black or brown.
Right.
Urban commercial radio targets women, first of all. Let's understand that.
Right.
And women from 13 to 25.
Right.
Or if it's an older demographic, like an FM 98, it's going to be 13. It'll be like 24 to 35.
Right.
Or 24 to 55.
Right.
You know, some different demographics. But women, first of all.
Right.
So that's why you hear more R&B than anything.
The R&B rap, even the R&B hip hop songs, them be a lot of
Correct.
ones that. Yeah.
Drake figured it out.
Right. Definitely.
He made songs that were melodic.
Right.
That were singing.
Right. And he loved it.
And he was very vulnerable and open.
Right.
He was like, "Oh yeah, I broke up, but she broke my heart." He was saying that kind of stuff. He was the best R&B singer in America.
Right,
and he was a rapper.
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
But that's what radio focuses on.
Right.
Women, first of all. And then also, their objective is to get you from one commercial stop set to the next commercial stop set without you changing the channel.
Gotcha.
So if you have a lot of women listening, right, and they do all of these research on who's listening,
right.
If you have a lot of girls and women listening, then if you play the hardcore rap, they're going somewhere else.
They're going somewhere else, definitely. Definitely.
So that's how radio is structured. You know, when people come out, y'all play too much bounce every day. Well, you don't play hardly no bounce. We might play bounce in the mix show.
Right.
But name one bounce artist that's getting regular rotation.
Right.
In the last 10 years.
And it's a bounce city. So
you can't.
You're right.
It hasn't happened.
Right.
Because you have a lot of people that like bounce. You got a lot of people that don't like bounce.
Right.
They will tell you.
Right.
Man, I don't like that bounce shit.
Right.
Why are they doing this?
Oh, man. Oh, man. Wow.
But you know what? We should play more. I think we should.
For sure. This New Orleans.
But, you know,
y'all did kind of back in the G.
A lot of people be anti. I did an article on NPR right after Katrina. They asked me, what's going to happen to bounce music? They said, with so many people being moved out of New Orleans, just right after Katrina. Right. I said, they were like, will bounce die? I said, bounce will never die. Right. I said, but it's going to slow down if they don't figure out ways to change it and make it a hybrid. Right. And that's what happened. Right. It's definitely a hybrid. So Attracted was really the first record that had bounce and R&B with a little lyricism in it. Right. Right? It wasn't just right. You know, they made it into a song. Right. With structure. And now, look what happened. Oh, it's popping. Like, City Girls got a couple of records like that. Chance all on the Megan's new record with Vicky Lowe. Yeah, Drake did two #1s back to back. It's popping. He did 2 records that were #1 in the world, and one was the song of the year. In My Feelings. Right. Right. Bounce, pay bills. It's a hybrid, bitch. Just like you said. Pay the fucking bills, running the fucking culture. But yeah, that's I don't know. There'll be more that comes from New Orleans, but I think that a couple of things that people need as artists. Like, there's no more mentors and managers in the game. Definitely. That can go and sell your product. And not sell as in this sell, but mouthpiece your product. Right, exactly. Right? And handle some of your business, because some of them don't have any business to be handled. Right. But you need, I think, a champion for your cause. I don't see a lot of that happening. I don't see a lot of artists investing in themselves. Right. And doing quality stuff. Right. There's some that are, but there's got to be more. Right. And I think more visuals. I agree. Like, visuals are important for algorithms and metrics nowadays. Definitely. So, like, I always thought Kevin Gates popped because he had got to a point where he's putting out a new video every week for a while. Right. He still do that shit. Like, he really, like, man, I need visuals. And he still do that. And, you know, he from New Orleans. People don't understand. He from the Ninth Ward. Yeah, he from Crawley Canal. And we talked about some of them things. He took one of my little film crews. Right. But they was They were stands.
Right. He took my fucking barber. Fuck, he did. He took my fucking barber.
So, but he, you know what? He had Coyote Films, and then he had the other kids from Slidell.
Right.
And he was putting everything out.
Right.
That's, you know, people be like, I ain't doing it. No, that's what you got to do.
Right.
People can't
Content.
hold music no more.
But you gotta be
You
consistent.
got to put it out.
Yeah.
You got to put good stuff out
Definitely.
consistently, and people got to understand the business.
Right.
Because you're not gonna make money off of sales.
Right.
Sales not gonna feed your family right now.
Right.
Sales gonna be, you know, I sent my record and it fooled around and got on 2K20.
Right.
You getting a check.
Yeah, if you got your publishing right, you
right?
gonna eat.
You need to get your song on this new sitcom.
I be telling niggas this
Like,
shit
there's
though, and they don't be want to
there's
listen to me. I know what you talking about already.
Licensing agreements
License,
is where
yes.
it's at.
Man.
That new Geico commercial that comes out or whatever. Or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a check.
That's the money.
That's a check.
You know? Like I didn't realize it till I was, you know, I was in Girls Trip, right? And getting them, I still get checks from Girls Trip.
Right.
It's making sure you in those organizations, BMI, ASCAP,
Right.
or SAG if you acting,
Right.
so you can have some representation and get your stuff out there, getting some management, being consistent,
Right.
spending money,
Right.
coming out with quality stuff.
Quality, right? Quality.
I mean, and then, you know, even some people do all of those things and still fail.
Right.
The one intangible with this game is luck.
Right.
And you can't bottle up luck. You can't go
Right.
purchase it. Timing
Gotta have the
sometimes be
timing.
where it's
Yep.
at.
Right. Exactly.
Right? Because think about this. Like, look at the female war.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you had Nicki was the queen.
Right.
Nobody could touch Nicki.
Right.
And Cardi B have been doing this.
Right.
She couldn't get no track. I remember one time, it was one of them award shows, and they had nominated Cardi B, and Nicki laughed at her.
No.
Cardi B? Well,
Look at her now.
you know, it looked like Cash Doll. Cash Doll was killing it.
Right.
And then Megan,
Right.
like, up there.
Right.
Like, you know, I thought Cash Doll was next.
Right.
Now, she's still doing her thing. She got mad fan base.
Megan come with them
Megan with
fucking knees.
Them thighs.
Fucking knees on them fucking ball. Yeah. Look, yeah.
It's a little luck involved with this,
Right.
too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's
But like you said, at the same time, you still gotta have that hustle. And you gotta have the know. Like some people don't be even knowing though.
And on another plane, what's meant for you
Yep.
is going to happen.
Yep.
Think about my story. I didn't even listen to the radio.
Right.
I had no desire to be in radio.
Right.
I wanted to be a doctor.
Right.
I wanted to be a veterinarian specifically.
They end up putting out a single on Cash Money Records. I'm tripping
How
out on
about
that
that?
shit. I'm still tripping out
Label
on that
mates
shit.
with Lil Wayne.
That's crazy, dog. Hey, that's crazy.
But, you know, the big thing with my career is, like, I'm just happy to have been down this path.
Right.
And taking this journey, because I've been very influential in a lot of people's lives.
Right.
I've stayed positive for my entire career.
Right.
Yeah,
I've never heard no dumb shit about you. Ever.
It's harder to stay out of trouble.
Right.
It's easy to get
easy
in.
to get in,
But
for
if
sure.
you get in, sometimes
That's that OG quote
people
right there.
don't never get out sometimes.
Right, for sure.
I've seen cats, you know, and it comes like a domino. A couple of
Right.
bad things happen, they don't never come back. They
Right.
done.
Right.
It ain't easy.
I tell my son that all the time. Like, it's places you could end up getting in trouble, bro. With either you gonna
The
be
point
in
of
that
no
place,
return.
and then the other thing is just out of here, Jack.
Yeah.
Ain't no coming back from that.
Yeah. So, like, I said all of that to say, even with all them things I try to give it as advice, you know what I'm saying, or stuff that I've done, the book is written for each person.
Right.
And that's the really crazy part. Because I know with certain lefts I could have took or rights I could have took would have changed the course of my career.
Have you ever think about writing a book?
Yeah. And I probably will.
think
Actually,
it'll be dope.
I had a writer approach me because he wanted to write. He wanted to what did he say? He wanted
I don't know
to
the
he
words.
wanted to pen my story.
Okay.
Right? As an autobiography. And I think it's probably time to start doing that, you know,
Right.
because I started my own podcast. And the reason I did was because I think that it's important to record artists and people ourselves. My slogan is we control the narrative.
Right.
Right? Because
I believe that.
I want those stories. I want to get all of that information. I don't think we should have to get those stories from somebody from
else.
New York.
For sure.
Or somebody from Dallas.
We
Or
have our
somebody
own
from
stories.
Europe.
We should have our own story.
Like, I was in the
agree.
trenches with you.
I agree.
And if I wasn't in the trenches with you, I'm from this soil, right? So I want the story, and I know things. I'm a good interviewer. I know how to get it out to you.
Right.
And I want to know what made you who you are.
Right.
What have you been through?
Right.
Like, what are your accomplishments? So that's why I started my podcast, which is the Wild Wayne Unchained podcast. But I'm doing all kinds of stuff. I started a seasoning line.
Right.
Which is crazy. The Wild Wayne Don Dada Jerk Magic.
For jerk, if I had
hitting them with
some
that
jerk shrimp. The jerk.
The-
I don't want the spicy though. I'm sorry.
It's spicy. I only do spicy. Bro.
Oh man, you gonna kill me.
I got something else.
That jerk be too spicy.
I have something else coming though.
For a little milder.
Yeah, for the 2020.
All right, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck with y'all there.
And then I still doing my summer programs. So it's a lot going on. But I have more.
Right. That's what's up.
I'm
though.
just getting started. How
right.
about that?
Right. That's what's up. That's what's
Just
up.
getting started.
Well, look, Wayne, bro, I'm glad you came sit down with me, bro. I ain't gonna lie, this shit felt dope as fuck fucking with you. You gave me some exclusive shit. I ain't gonna even lie. Shout out your podcast one more time and your foundation.
Yeah, so the podcast is www.wildwayneunchained.com, and you can get all the episodes there. Or all other streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcast, iTunes, Google Play Music, and there's buku other aggregators that have picked it up. So just put the Wild Wayne Unchained in. My foundation for the youth is www.benjaminfoundation.org. I do annual summer programs for kids 7 to 13 years old. It's free. And I'm probably going to do 100 kids this year for 2020. That'd be the most I've done, but I got a fabulous staff of young people that do amazing work that help me out. A lot of them have aged out, and then they want to come back and work. So I'm trying to, provide a couple of jobs with that. And then my seasoning is the Wild Wayne Don Dada Jerk Magic. And you can purchase that right now. Go to www.bitedat.com. BITEDAT.com. All right. And plus, you can catch me on the air. I'm on 2 to 7 p.m. on Q93 daily on weekdays. And that's also on iHeart, so you can listen to me around the world. And then on Saturday mornings, I do a talk show called Real Talk, where I talk about community issues and great victories from New Orleans. That's what I do. And they got more coming, so stay tuned.
Believe that. You heard me? This your boy, Corey Caesar, checking out.
Yeah.
Look, appreciate it, Wayne. I'm going to have all your links in the bio on YouTube, you dig? So you know everything that man just shouted out. Y'all go support my dog. Man, thank you for the interview, dog.
Yeah, because we kept trying to get it together.
Man.
I'm glad you said.
Man,
I'm glad you
it was
didn't
so
give
hard.
up.
No, I'm glad I ain't give up. You know what I'm saying? Look, you did. But yeah, y'all fuck with us, man. Appreciate Wayne coming through, man. You did. Good dude, you dig, and we gone.
And forward this to your friends. Send a link to your partners. Make sure they listen. Make sure they subscribe. That's where it's at.
That radio voice promo. Boom.
Wah!
Gamecast.
Well, I said I got Gamecast, man. Damn, I can't afford it.
My bad. I'm just trying to help you out.